Hey everybody, welcome to the Phone Sex Dollhouse. I am your dollhouse mistress, Deandra. I hope everybody's doing a good job. Having a good night. Y'all, it is late for me. I don't even know what time it is. It's like 11:30 and I'm like, I'm going to go live because update y'all, I unfortunately have not been able to go live here a little while. I've had family members in the hospital, so dealing with that. Thankfully, they're better. Working, I did um a lot of stuff here lately, just doing so much. Tired, y'all. I know you know what that's like. What else have I done? Been dealing with my own issue with my teeth as well. One of my the caps on one of my teeth came up because I have one of my teeth that it's basically fake at this point. Forever ago, when my nephew was little, when he was like 2 or 3, he's now 14. I was carrying him. He gave me a headbutt, broke one of my teeth, the bottom side, left side of my face, literally broke it in half way back then. He was having a tantrum and gave me a big old headbutt right below my lip, broke my tooth. I started crying and screaming, and he like froze and it was funny, but that broke my tooth. So ever since then, I've been getting it filled. It breaks, it fills, it breaks. So about last year, they're like, we just need to take it all off and we're just going to give you a fake one. So unfortunately, that fake one, sometimes the top comes off. Crazy, right? But anyways, been dealing with that. So I haven't really been able to be on here and do a live. So I'm happy to be back, everybody. Enough about my teeth and what all that was. That was a while back, but I've been dealing with it for like 12, 11 years now. But anyways, it is what it is. I am here. I hope y'all are doing good, and I am back, and I will be going live a little bit more. Right now, I want to talk about why you should be a phone sex operator. That is what I am here for. That is what I'm going to help you with. And that is what I help everybody with. I have a lot of ebooks and I do one-on-one trainings, guys, and I have programs for one-on-one trainings. You can find them here in the descriptions of these videos. You can also go to my profile, my main page. Let me show y'all what that looks like and show you where exactly to find everything that I talk about. Feel free to follow me, subscribe, all of that, guys. But anyways, okay, can you see it? It is bright. Let me adjust the lighting and everything else. As y'all know, that's always an ongoing issue with my on here for us. Anyways, when you're here on my YouTube, again, don't forget to subscribe. Feel free to do so. You can see I have several videos where I teach you about being a phone sex operator, how to do it better, how to make money from home. And today I want to talk about what you're actually going to save by becoming a phone sex operator, how it's just super awesome. And you save a lot. You don't realize it, but you actually save a lot. But anyways, what you're going to do is you're going to go right here on the TV. Because now we YouTube on TV too. So if you're on the TV, it's going to be about the same thing. You're going to go to right below the banner, right below my little profile image, and you're going to find the links right down there. On the phone, it's just exactly like this. On the computer, same thing, right below the banner, the profile picture. You'll go to those links. You'll go to the one that says Dollhouse Store, and the other one is for a one-on-one chat. Right now, I've got this bundle right here featured. It's going to teach you how to make $500 a week. And honestly, guys, you can make a shitload more than that. Very, very doable. 500 is probably 2 days out of the week. On a slower week, that's probably 3 days realistically. So, can you make 500 in a week? Abso-freaking-lutely. This ebook's going to give you this bundle is going to give you 4 ebooks that is going to teach you how to do exactly that. Featured for now, very first product when you go here. This right here, this bundle currently has 15 ebooks, the Dollhouse Collection, Profit and Power Playbook, all of my ebooks. If you want to learn how to create a character, you're going to get that there. How to promote yourself, your characters, how and where to get model images, how to start, how to take the calls. This can be totally anonymous. I do it anonymously, guys. Feel free to check that out. And then I have other ebooks you can go ahead and get. And all these you get in that Profit and Power playbook. But I wanted to show you how and where to find it, guys. But this isn't what I'm going to be talking about today. By the way, if you're like, I can't do that, I don't know what to say, I wouldn't know what to say. This ebook here, 100 plus phone sex conversation starters. It's literally the whole conversation. What to say, when to pause, how to say it, when to drop the voice, when to heighten it. Does this scenario even require any of that? And then once you're done with that, how do you flip the script? Change something so you can have a follow up phone call, right? Anyways, I teach you all these things. If you want to meet with me one on one, we will meet on Zoom, totally anonymous, guys. I can help you with anything you want. If you're already a PSO, I can help you make sure that your profiles are SEO optimized for the site that you are on. If you want help with what do I say, we will role play. We will go ahead and I will give you some scripts that will tell you this is how you handle this, that's how you handle that. This right here, 10 things to say to bring them in, to pull them in. Actually, it's 100 go-to lines, 10 personalities. So for example, the brat, the dom, the seductive neighbor, the dirty schoolgirl, whatever, right? Whatever character you're playing, I got lines for them. I've got them all lined up right there. 50 lines to go silent. 50 things to say when the line goes silent. How do you keep the conversation going? Super important skill. But anyways, I got all this down here, guys, and I've also got bundles, so you go all the way down to the bottom. So much information. I have my trainings, one-on-one trainings. That's a 1 hour. This is 2 trainings plus all the ebooks I'm talking about. This is 4 trainings, 4 hours plus all the ebooks I'm talking about. And we don't have to do them separately and we don't have to do them all together. Let's say y'all did this one right here, 4 1 hour trainings. If you wanted to meet with me 2 hours and then one day, like a Saturday, and then we do 1 hour the following Saturday, another hour the Saturday after that, then we can break it up like that. If you're like, hey, let's just sit down all day, all afternoon on like a given Saturday or a Monday or whenever, or in the evening, doesn't matter, then we will knock them all out at the same time. Make sure you get your profiles. Make sure we do some character development. Make sure that you get the model images. Whatever it is you need, we will do in these Zoom sessions. So you got that one, happy hours, 2 Zoom sessions, plus all the ebooks. These 2, you'll get all the ebooks. This one right here, 1 hour session, none of the ebooks, but we will meet on Zoom for an hour. We will talk and get you whatever it is that you need. So pick your bundle and let's get to work, right? So anyways, that is where to find that. But why should you consider becoming a phone sex operator? Like, honestly, guys, why not? Let's talk about what you can save as a phone sex operator. So what can you save as a PSO? First thing, I think, right, the most obvious one, you save money on gas. You literally don't have to drive anywhere. You get to be at home. And right now, freaking gas prices are crazy. There are places where it's like $3.99 per gallon. Guys, when I was working, I used to have a 45-minute commute. I used to spend $90 a week on gas and the prices were never that fucking high. They were not. So $90 a week on gas. Let's do the math because I don't even remember anymore because I've not been working elsewhere other than at home as a PSO since like 2022. I actually quit teaching, for those of you who don't know my story, who may be new, but it was 90 a week times 5 weeks, $4.50 on gas. And I know that times 5 equals 450. So just on gassing up per month, because it was 90 a week, 5 weeks, 450 a month. Insane. And that was when gas prices were reasonable. Now that they are, oh my god, like $4 in some places, even more than that, that is going to be, I can only imagine what that is. So where I'm at, 398 was the price yesterday. I gassed up, and that was actually, I put $25 and it got me a quarter of a tank of gas. So that's freaking insane. Not even the whole quarter. I'm just being generous with what it was. I think if I had gassed up with like $50, I might have gotten a little under half a tank. So let's just say that now that number is probably going to be like $100, which is a little bit more. I get it. But yeah, 500 versus 500 at 100 a week in gas. That's insane to me. This was with the 90-minute commute per day, because it was like 45 minutes there and 45 minutes back, 5 days a week, because I was a teacher. So my budget, guys, was getting eaten up by my gas. I cannot tell you how awesome it felt when I finally quit teaching, and I did not need to have that expense in my budget. I remember like the second week, I think that first week I stayed in. I might have gone out twice to like grocery shop, and then a friend called me like 2 or 3 days later and she was like, "Hey, let's go out to eat." And I was like, "Yeah, let's go out to eat." And oh my god, I had extra money. I was like, how do I have this extra money? Where's this money coming from? That's because I didn't have to spend $90 on freaking gas every freaking week. I would gas up 2 or 3 times a day. It was insane. Or a week, I remember. Because again, 45-minute commutes to and from. It was about an hour and a half altogether in the car. So not having to go out in the morning. That's another thing you save as a PSO, guys. Like you save money, obviously, like gas, right? But honestly, this right here should honestly be money, because you're saving money on gas. Not only are you making money from home, getting paid better. By the way, average pay for PSO is $50 an hour. And that's average. You could make a lot more. Not kidding, and I can teach you how to do it. Guys, that right there, if you are looking for a side hustle, if you're looking for a way to make more money, if you are looking for something to escape whatever job you're at that's paying you really shitty an hour, $50 an hour, guys. Average. This means that if you get really good, you can make a lot more than that. And by the way, I make more than that. This is an average for the people that I talk with, for everybody that I see. And yeah, do I have times where I average about 50 an hour? Absolutely. Do I have days where it might be a little less than this? Yeah, but more often than not, I'm really averaging about 80 an hour. 80 an hour working from home. I don't spend money on gas. This is no longer my situation. And I am so grateful, because with the way things are going right now, I honestly do not predict that gas prices are going to go down. And that's not a topic we'll get into here, but it's not something that I see happening any given time soon, guys. Hey there, welcome to PSO Dollhouse. Thank you for being here and watching. Feel free to ask your questions down below. But I'm talking about, what can you save as a PSO? Number one, you start working from home. So the first thing you save is actually gas money, right? Like money on gas. So I put gas, but really it's money. So that was my budget when I was working as a full-time school teacher. I quit. And like the second week, I was like, crap, I have money. Where is the money coming from? It was because I wasn't spending that $90 a week on gas alone. Syncats, yes, I do. I love that site very much. Very much a fan. I was actually one of the very first PSOs on SynCats way back when it started. I believe it was 2012 or 2014. I was like the fourth or the fifth PSO on there. I love that site. Yeah, so I definitely found one for me. But yes, I use SynCats. What questions do you have about it? Feel free to ask your questions. And I do have videos on this site where I talk about SynCats a little bit. I talk about how they pay out. I talk about how they average their calls, things like that. And if you want to know, like, how to get more clients, how to get more callers to your profiles, I do have an ebook. They're all linked down below where I talk about that. And I talk about specific strategies and things you can do to bring more eyeballs to your site. And I do talk about SynCats. Okay, so Talk to Me is really great. They have a lot of clients. I do help people with Talk to Me as well. I can definitely help you with that, Candy, for sure. So we can definitely set up a one-on-one session if you'd like, and I can walk you through how to navigate Talk to Me because there is a way to find clients like on day one. And once you start doing what I teach you how to do on Talk to Me, also, by the way, if you have an account on Talk to Me, you also get an account on cougars.com and Hot Chat. They work the exact same way, the same company owns them, and they are really good sites as well. They also own another site where it's kind of like an advice site called, well, I don't exactly know the whole name for it, but it's like Sarah. So it's um, sex, advice, romance, and I don't remember what the other A was for. Or AH, yeah, so that site is also a really good one. Um, Honestly, all of the Talk to Me sister sites are really good. That's a really great company, and they have a lot of callers. But yeah, I can definitely teach you how to go through it. I can teach you how to find the callers, where they're at. We can go through your profile. We can make sure we optimize it for both Talk to Me and for SynCats as well. That way you can start making calls, you can start bringing people in and all of that. Thank you for the little face. I love that. That was so cute. But yeah, I can definitely help you with SynCats and would Talk to Me and all the sites I've mentioned. So I'm curious about Night Flirt and why you wouldn't be able to go on that site, but we can definitely talk about that too and see what other sites, because there are more sites other than just those three that you could definitely be a part of and use. So, yeah, that's definitely one of the things we could talk about too, where to set up your accounts and your profiles. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I don't do that. I never, tell people to do that, and I don't recommend it. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, it's always up to us what we choose. But yeah, I for me, that's just one extra thing that I feel like our safety is the most important thing. So giving somebody our personal info, all of the companies definitely frown upon that. I don't recommend doing that. One, because that may happen where the companies decide we're not going to let you work with us. And also, it's a safety thing. But yeah, so it's just a mistake, just like you said, and move along with the other sites because you can definitely make really good money still with the other sites. You don't necessarily have to use Night Flirt. Night Flirt is a good site. It's a great site, but it's not the only site. So it's not like a make or break situation. I know a lot of people who do really good on Talk to Me only. I know people who do really good on SynCats and Pillow Whisper and some of the other sites that I talk about on here. And there are even more sites than that. So there's definitely workarounds to that. So yes, so that's awesome. How long have you been a PSO? Feel free to drop them into the chat and whatever other questions. And let's continue talking about this. Tell me, how long have you been a PSO for? So, do you love the fact that you get to work from home and that you don't have to use gas so you can get to and from work and whatnot? Because I love that. I love that I get to literally walk into an empty room by myself and log in. Literally, we don't clock in, we log in. We literally press a button and it can be on our phones, because all you need, guys, to be a PSO is literally a phone. That's all you need. You don't need to be in any given place. I read a story very inspiring about a lady who actually was a PSO, and she had her kids and they were running around and all of that, of course, in the evenings at home. And she would go into her car, or into her garage, sit in her car for about 2 to 4 hours. And she actually got her family out of a lot of debt. I can't remember the number anymore, but she did that consistently for about 4 to 6 days a night. A week, for about, I want to say, 6 to 8 months. And she was able to pay off, like, I don't even know, but it was 25,000, 30,000. I'm thinking that ballpark amount in debt in just a couple of weeks. And she said, she was just like, yeah, I just sat in my car and took calls, and my kids were inside playing, whatever. And she was able to, get off a call, go check in on them, come back outside, literally sit in her car, because she said that that was the only place she felt comfortable enough to actually take the calls and do whatever she had to do to talk to them and whatnot, which was great because we have that flexibility. We get to work from where we want to work, which is so cool in my opinion. So do you love the fact that you get to work from home? Because that right there, guys, the fact that it is so flexible, like, in itself, and I think I'm misspelling flexibility. Sorry, y'all. It's like midnight almost for me. It is the most flexible job out here. I'm sorry if I misspelled that. I honestly can't even tell at the moment. My brain's like, "Bloop." So yeah, you get to choose when to take calls. That's another thing too. Like, not only is it flexible for your location, you get to choose your location. We don't have to commute. You get to choose the time you take calls. You get to pick your own schedule, actually pick your own schedule. If you know you don't want to work on Tuesdays for whatever the reason may be, you don't have to work on a Tuesday. You don't have to work on a Sunday. Some companies force you to work on days you don't feel comfortable or want to work. Maybe you're a parent and your kids are home Saturday, Sunday. You don't want to be at work. You want to be at home with them, because when they're at school, you don't get to be with them. But Saturday, Sundays are your days, right? But no, here comes the boss that says y'all got to work on Friday, you have, or Saturday and on Sunday, and you'd prefer to be at home. Guess what? If you don't want to work Saturday, Sunday because you'd prefer to be home with your kids, you have that flexibility to do that. You can do that, which is great. If you want to work from your car, kind of like her. So I did take the picture out, but in this picture, she's literally sitting in her car. It's like you put an ATM in your car. So that's kind of neat that that kind of fits in there. So yeah, she's got an ATM in her car right there. If you want to work from home, if you want to be in your backyard just sipping some tea, you can. You don't have to do anything. You also get to pick whatever you want to dress like. If you want to work in your PJs, you can. I do that all the time, y'all. So I do that all the time, right? I work in my pajamas. Like, sometimes I'll just whatever, right? Why not? And maybe after I wake up in the morning, I literally take calls from my bed, for about 2, maybe 3 hours. Then I'll go shower, get ready for my day, whatever, take my break, and then come back later and take calls probably at about noon and after. But that is how I structured my day pretty consistently, actually. So that's one thing that I would do. But yeah. So you get to do all that. Plus, you get an average of $50 an hour. And the better and better you get at this, the more regulars you get, the more callers and people you talk to, that average only goes up. You can give yourself that raise. That's another thing, right? So you get to control your income more than anything else. So if you were to be working, guys, at a 9 to 5, I have a friend who works at a bank. She works at a bank. She's not a teller. She was a teller and she recently got a raise, which came with a lot of extra responsibilities. Like she has to be there about 30 minutes earlier now than before because she gets to open up the office and do whatever they do at the bank for, before they like actually open up the doors for people to come in and out of. She gets to be there 30 minutes earlier. She gets to take the money for the tellers. I don't exactly know all the details. Like she's explained them to me, but it's a lot more responsibility for 25 cents more an hour. They gave her a raise and I told her, I was like, "Oh my gosh, like yes, you work an extra 30 minutes a week, but that doesn't, and you're getting 25 cents more an hour for all this extra things that she's working." Doesn't make sense to me. But here, you decide, I'm going to work an extra hour or two. I'm going to contact some more clients. I'm going to promote myself a little bit different or somewhere else, or promote yourself or don't promote yourself. You get to change and decide what you do. And in that case, you control your income. You can decide, I'm going to stay and make another 50. I'm going to stay and make another 80 or 100 or whatever the case is. You get that income control over your time. You have that flexibility. Hey there, welcome. I am Deandra and I'm talking about how to become a phone sex operator. If that is something you're interested in, feel free to drop questions down below. I have everything that I offer linked down in the description. So feel free to check that out. Check out my other videos. And if you want to do a one-on-one session with me, we can definitely do that. So what can you save as the PSO is what we're talking about. Gas, that is the biggest thing because you get to work from home. Another thing, because you get to work from home, no commute, that means you get to save time. And that is freaking awesome. So I just told you all right about how um I would get to wake up now, and like when I quit teaching, I used to be a school teacher. Of course, I used to get up in the morning at about 6:15, totally disgruntled, did not want to go to school, totally hating it, right? Tired as fuck, and just lay there for 20 minutes. I think so many people do that, right? You're like, oh, I need to get up. I need to go to work. I need to do this. I need to do that. And run through the mental roulette of, I need to go this. I need to go whatever, right? And it's just exhausting to begin with. We're already waking up physically tired. Then we mentally exhaust ourselves before you even get out of bed. It sucks. It is such an ugly cycle. But what I noticed when I did quit teaching, I would wake up tired and I would just lay there, think about whatever, do my mental, exhaustion, run through my stuff in my head. I would still be thinking like, oh, when I was teaching this, when I was teaching that, but I'd be like happy, right? I don't have to do those things. So it changed little by little until one day it was like, I woke up and I was calm. I was like, cool, I get to log into the phone in like 30 minutes, or I get to go back to sleep if I want. Especially in the beginning, I feel like when we're used to a given schedule and we're used to getting up tired, we're kind of already like hurt, right? And mentally, emotionally, all of these things from whatever work we're doing. Like for me, it was teaching, and there's a lot of stuff there. And I know y'all know, if you know, you know. But we experience different things in all the different careers we have out here. It's not just teaching that gives us, or that can give somebody like bad emotions towards work. It happens, right? All of them. So in the morning, you wake up, you do that, you save time. But when you're working somewhere, whether you're a nurse, you work at the bank, you're teaching, you're a police officer, whatever the job is, right? An office worker. I think we all wake up like, oh, I have to go there again. I have to go, whatever, right? Now, and what I noticed is one day I woke up and I was like, cool, I get to log in like 30 minutes. I didn't have to go through that moment of dread, right? Oh, I gotta be, and then I'm gonna sit in traffic in the morning, right? You get to save money on gas. So suddenly I had an extra $90 a week in my bank account that I wasn't spending. Like, was I putting gas in my car? Absolutely. However, that right there, like I would gas up with like 40 bucks and that would last me 2 weeks, guys. That was so insane to me because I wasn't driving around as much. I was not making that 45-minute commute to the other side of town in heavy traffic because I used to live in San Antonio. So when I stopped working, having that long commute, I started saving money. And then on top of that, I was saving time in the morning because my commute was 45 minutes. That, going one way, 45 minutes in the afternoon, coming back. If traffic was really bad, and y'all know school traffic sucks, that 45 minutes easily became an hour and 15 minutes. So you save time because number one, no commute to from work, no commuting anymore, which was great. You feel better. You start feeling better, which is awesome. And also around the house, I would get to clean in between calls, clean, laundry, chores. And this one was the big one for me. I was always behind on laundry, and I'd be like running around Sunday afternoons or Saturday mornings doing laundry all weekend, right? Because I had a couple of different loads of laundry to do, and I had to stay on top of it because during the week, I either would get home late, I didn't have time, or I would just forget because I was a teacher. So I had a lot of paperwork to do at home. I'd get home and it sucked. I was a special ed teacher for 2 of those years that I was, over there, and not my 2 last years, but the 2 years before. So, like, the 3rd to last, 4th to last, I was a special ed teacher. The district did not stipend us, not one single penny extra for all of the extra stuff we did. That was wrong in itself. But I was at school, I'd come home, get there at like 5:30 because of traffic, because of the fact that, traffic at school traffic was bad, but um also, I would stay after school for meetings or for different things. So it's like, yeah, teachers can leave at 4 or 4:15. However, usually they have meetings to go to. There might be tutorings to do with the students. In my specific situation as a special ed teacher, sometimes we would do meetings with parents after school because, of course, the parents worked and when can they come or when can they be there after school? Those were not stipend hours, they were not paid, which sucked. So I'd get home, I'd pick up whatever, food I'd want to pick up. So again, money on food, that would be another thing you get to save. You don't have to go eat lunch, dinner, etc., whatever. You save a little bit more money on whatever that may be because you get to snack in between calls. You get to eat at home, make food, make lunch, dinner for yourself, whatever the case is, breakfast, all of that. So that'll be something else I'll list. But I would literally watch a TV show or sit there in the darkness because I did not want to talk to anybody. I did not want to see anything. I did not want to be on the phone. I did not want to do anything. Sometimes I didn't even want to watch TV, right? So I feel like we all experience that in our 9 to 5 jobs. And that is why I want all of y'all out here. If you're looking for a way out, if you're looking for something better, something where you're going to get to save more money, make the type of money you want to make, go ahead and try this out. You have nothing to lose because it is totally anonymous. In my ebooks, I share where and how to get images legally, images of models you can use to do this. I share and I show you what to say on the calls, how to set up your profiles, what to do exactly in my ebooks. So check them out down in the description, guys. Check out my other videos as well on here. Make sure you follow. But guys, Literally, just the fact that you get to save on gas, given the fucking gas prices right now that are probably gonna only keep going up. You save money on gas, you save time. That in itself, to me, is definitely a reason for you to try this. And it is so much fun. Like, I can't even tell you. You get to talk to people all from all over the country and all over the world. I'm in the US, and for a while on SynCats, somebody just asked me about SynCats. I had a lot of callers from Australia and from the UK, and that was so cool to me because they would tell me about the UK, and they would tell me about Australia, and it was something awesome that I felt because I would get to learn about them. I'd get to learn about the culture, and then they would ask me questions. Oh, and how do they do this, or what do they say? So I remember a caller showed me a phrase that they said in the UK. He'd be like, "Oh, this is a piece of cheese." Like, instead of saying it's a piece of cake like they do in the US, like it's easy, they would say, "Oh, it's a piece of cheese," which to me didn't make sense, still kinda doesn't. I thought it was kind of funny, and he was like, "Oh, I've never heard piece of cake," things like that. It's a lot of fun. So we get to learn about different things, talk to people from all over the world, plus you're getting paid for it. Why wouldn't you wanna try this? Like, why wouldn't this be something that you would wanna do, right? So you save time for in so many ways. Like these two right here, guys, are my two favorite ones, right? Like no commute. Back then, I had a 45-minute commute, 45-minute to an hour 15 one way. So double that, let's just say 2 hours on the road. Some people spend more than that now. Given whatever city you may be in, your traffic time may be 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours a day. And that just sucks, right? So you get to be at home, you get to enjoy yourself instead of spending that time in the car. Maybe you're at home working out, maybe you're at home with your family, maybe you're at home watching a TV show you like. Either a new one or you get to binge watch a show in between calls. You're watching your favorite show, you get a call, you pause it, you get on the call, you make your money, come back, watch your show. Cleaning, like I said, this one was awesome because you get a call, whatever, you take care of the call, then you go check on your laundry, then you come back, you take another call, make some more money for a little bit. 30 minutes later, okay, I can clean the dishes, if whatever, or I can relax and sit on my couch. Doesn't matter. You save time because you get to decide what you do, right? So those are some perks to being a PSO. What else can you save um on? So food. I think I just mentioned that one, right? But you can save on food because you don't have to buy food for lunch, for dinner, whatever. Whatever the case is, maybe for some of y'all it's breakfast, right? Basically, you don't have to buy out. You can make more lunch. You can make food or snack at home, which is also healthier for you, right? So you get to save on food, you get to save on lunch. I cannot tell you when I was working out and about at offices because I also worked at H&R Block for a couple of years. So for a couple of years, guys, for my side hustle, I was a full-time school teacher and then I worked at H&R Block. So I'd leave at like 4:15 from school, 5 p.m. to about 8 or 9 p.m. I would go to HR Block. Full freaking day, more than 12 hours. Nobody out here should be doing that. So, jumping in your car from one job, going straight to the other job, not having had gone home, not having had a chance to go see your family, your kids if you have children, or maybe if you have pets, not being able to have that break just sucks. That goes back to you're spending gas right there going from one location to the other. Sometimes it's not even worth it given what they're paying you, right? I know that at H&R Block, one time I realized it was not worth it for me going and driving to my second job because I would get paid whatever I got paid. I can't even remember. I would get paid about 10.50 an hour this year. And I was only being scheduled 3 days a week. So there was a lady who would go and sell candy apples, Mexican candy apples. If y'all have not tried Mexican candy apples, get on Google, find a place. It has tajin, it has the like I forget what it's called, but it has tajin, chili powder, chamoy, all of the stuff, gummy bears, so good. But anyways, this lady would go and sell them for like 15 bucks. Every time she'd go, I would buy one. And she would let us pay her, and it would be like an IOU. And one time, we'd get paid twice a week at HR Block. I got paid that day. She knew we got paid. She showed up to collect. I literally had bought enough apples. Like I got paid enough from H&R Block to pay for the freaking apples I ate there. And that was it. I think I had $3 or $4 left after that shit. And I was like, "Oh my god, this isn't worth it. I need to find something else. I need to find something better." That led me to start looking, and I found PSO, which I had done already in college. And I was like, "Oh, yeah, this is probably better." And guess what? It was better because I was like, I don't have to be driving anywhere. I save time on the commute. I'm not spending extra money on gas. I'm not spending extra money on food, which was the candy apple or the snacks or whatever. So, guys, when you are working as a PSO, you are working from home. So you're saving money on gas. You're saving time because you're not commuting all over the city, all over from one location to the next. You get to do chores in between calls. You make calls. You get to like sit down, relax, take a call or two. You get to be at home. So if you want to learn how to do this, I've been doing this now for about 19 years. I guess I can say 20 now because it's already 2026. Um, and it's amazing. I can teach you how to do this correctly so you actually start making money. So you're making the income you want to make. $50 an hour average from home or more and more. I don't like to overpromise you anything. So I'm going to give you the true numbers. I'm not sitting here like some of the other people who are like, "Oh, you're going to make 10,000 a month and you're going to start making this and this guy's going to buy you this and this and all that could happen, but it's not realistic, especially not at the beginning." So be careful who you're working with, what you're studying, who you're learning from, guys, and what they may be promising you. This right here are true numbers, especially for somebody who is beginning. If you want this opportunity and you want this for yourself, let me help you. Subscribe to this channel, watch some of my other videos, go into the description of this video and all my other ones and into my profile link. Check out my resources for you. If you want to sit down with me one on one and do a one on one, an hour session, or do one of my other bundles, let's do that. Let me help you get started correctly. If you are already a PSO, I can help you get to the next level. What do you want to do with this? Do you want to pay off some credit cards? Because when I came back to it, that's what I wanted to do. I paid off my credit cards, all of that. Then I was like, you know what? Why am I killing myself working at a 9 to 5? At the time, I was a teacher. And when I can be doing this, making more money. And I was making more money doing this than I was teaching full time with the stress, with the craziness, with the students all day long, with the parents. Because a lot of the times for me, it wasn't the kids, it was the parents and it was the time. It was the fact that I was tired, and I hated that. I wanted something better. And I was like, yeah, this is better. And I think y'all should definitely try it. I think you should give it a shot. And I can help you learn how to do it. So go down to the description, grab the ebooks, and start working on your PSO journey so you can also take all these benefits for yourself. Another thing that you save on, guys, and this is something that not a lot of people think about, but a lot of us have a uniform at work or certain clothes we have to wear. And that's the only place you wear them, right? So when you work at home, you don't need to wear uniforms. And I'm thinking about like nurses, the scrubs, doctors. You can't really wear, like, you can wear scrubs out and about, but typically not ideal, right? So anywhere where you have a uniform where you can't really wear it elsewhere, that's an expense just to be able to work at that job, right? Even at school, like there were definitely like work pants and shirts and whatnot, clothes that I wouldn't necessarily wear to go to like Walmart or go out to eat or whatever with my friends. I would buy clothes for work and then we buy my fun clothes or casual clothes, right? So uniforms, work clothes, that's a whole other expense. And if you are a 9 to 5 person, you cannot take any of that on your taxes, y'all. That's just work clothes. Because why? Well, technically, you can put that shirt on. Technically, you can wear the scrubs at the store or here or whatever. Technically, you can. If you can use that uniform elsewhere and you're a 9 to 5, you cannot claim it on your taxes. As a PSO, oh, that's another thing. We have a lot of things we can actually put on our taxes. Um, but you can work in your pajamas, like I said. Like, work in your pajamas. You don't need specific clothes. And if you want to work in your nice fancy clothes and get dressed, get going, and all of that, if it makes you feel good, awesome. But you're on the phone, so it does not matter. Like I said, for a long time, my schedule, especially right when I'd quit, I would get up, I would wake up, I'd sit in my bed for 30, 40 minutes, and then I would literally take my cell phone and I would log into my websites, click a button, log in, start taking calls from bed, and I was making money, and I was making about $150, $200 by 9 a.m. because I would wake up. I still had the habit of waking up at like 6:30. But guess what? You don't have to take calls that early. You don't have to do any of that. You get to choose your location. Where do you want to take calls? You get to choose the time you get to talk. For me, I would do that time because I knew that I would get callers. It's a good time. So 6 a.m., guys, if you are a PSO, 6 a.m. to Central to about 9 a.m. Central is a good. He's waking up. They're wanting to talk to somebody. You'll get calls coming in. But I got to do that from bed. So by 9 a.m., I would literally make about $150 to $200. I would log off and I would either fall back asleep sometimes because I could. Why not? Right? I had the flexibility to choose so. And then, or I would get up, go shower, get ready for my day, whatever, go to the gym, go do errands, whatever I had planned for that day, and then come back later in the afternoon or the evening and get on and take calls again. And I'd make another 150 to 200 in one day. So when I tell y'all my bundle that you can make like 500 a week, um, again, I'm lowballing the number because I don't like to overpromise people. Like I don't want y'all being like, you said I was gonna make 10,000 in a month. No, I said you're gonna make 500 in a week, and you actually made that in 2 days, which is typical. So again, guys, like I talked about, y'all saw where I want to get there. It's down in the description. This PSO is the best beginner bundle. It has 4 ebooks where I'm going to talk about how to create your characters, where to get the models, how to go about creating your bio, how to find customers. There's a description of what you get. And this is kind of bright. Give me a second, y'all. Shit, that ain't what I was trying to do. No, that is basically okay. Now this is way too dark. Anyways, y'all, this is always an issue for us, right? So, anyways, when you go here, you're going to find it right below there. In addition to the description, go to PayHip Store. And the very first, yeah, it's way too bright. But the very first, kind of, the very first thing that you're seeing on there is where, let me see. Is that better? No, it is not. The very first bundle you'll see, guys, is what to find, and the one that'll show you exactly where to go. Yeah, no, it's way brighter. Insane. Good. And suddenly, there we go. So right here, Dollhouse Store, and light screen is too bright. But it's called the Start, Promote, Talk, Get Paid bundle. Why? Because that's literally the steps. You're going to start, you're going to set up your accounts, your people. You're going to promote it because I teach you how and where to do that. and you get paid. So it's called How to Get Your First $500 in 1 week. But I just told y'all what times to log on so you can do that in about a day. I'm not kidding. Interested in making money. Hey everybody, I am Deandra, your PSO dollhouse mistress. If you are in being a PSO, feel free to stick around, feel free to ask questions and let me help you get started. Oh, it says my connection is unstable. So I am having crazy weather in my area. So if I get disconnected, y'all, that might be why. Oh no, it looks like I may be cut off. Hey guys, so it says that I have an unstable connection. I'm having crazy weather. If we get cut off, that would be why. But I am talking about being a PSO. I am talking about all of the benefits that you get. These are the things you get to save money on. You don't have to waste money on that. So check out that bundle. That bundle will give you pretty much everything you need to get started. And if you check out the Profit and Power Play bundle, has all of those ebooks plus about 13 more because you get all of them. I've got 16 ebooks that teach you every step of the process to learn how to make money as a PSO. And that's going to be below that once you scroll. And of course, it's showing. I don't know what happened to the light, y'all. Blinded by the light. Literally, what? Insane. So anyway, go check it out. It's down in the description, and I will stop blinding y'all with the light. But yes, guys, those are some of the things that some of the benefits that you get when you're a PSO, when you're working from home. And I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night only because it is showing me that my connection might be disconnected. So don't forget to subscribe, y'all. Check out the description. And if I misspell this, I'm so sorry, y'all. It is like 1 a.m. now for me. So feel free to subscribe down below. Press the button. And ask me your questions. I do have my email as well in the, what's it called? Like in the profile of this account. Feel free to send me an email if y'all have questions. If you would like to set up a one-on-one chat with me, we can definitely. Again, go to my profile on here, right under the banner, right under my profile picture. It'll say there's two links. There is a link for a one-on-one chat. If you go into the PayHip account and scroll all the way to the bottom, you will see my different bundles for one-on-one chats. You will see that I have one with all of my ebooks plus a 2-hour chat, and I'll write it down here. So you will have the pregame chat option. This is a 1-hour chat, no ebooks. Then we have the happy hour option that has 2 1-hour Zoom chats plus all the ebooks. After party. After party session, that is going to be 4 1-hour sessions. And these calls are all one-on-one. It would just be me and you, plus all ebooks as well. So you have options, guys. These bundles, you find them on the PayHip store. So go to the link where I showed you all of that and scroll way to the bottom. You'll have the pregame chat. That's a 1-hour chat with me. The happy hour, we can do 2 1-hour sessions. We can do one like this Saturday and one the following Saturday, plus every ebook in my collection. And then you have the after party sessions where we do 4 1-hour long Zoom sessions, and we can do like 2 the first time, then split up the third and the fourth, or we can do 1, 1, 1, and 1. We split them up however you want. Plus, you get all of the ebooks as well that I have in my collection. So feel free to check those out. Do not forget to subscribe, y'all. I really would appreciate it. Definitely give the video a like so other people can see it. And if you have questions, feel free to drop them down into the description or into the chat. I am going to go ahead and jump off now, only because, again, I'm having some crazy weather tonight and I think I might be getting disconnected soon. So have a good night, a good morning, a good day, wherever you are at. If you're rewatching the chat or this video, I hope you have a good whatever, wherever you're at. And I will be back soon. Feel free to drop a hi for me in the comment section. Feel free to ask questions, reach out. And don't forget to subscribe, y'all. Have a good night.